Welcome to Home Team Advantage. I'm Gary Giambetti with Mike Egan.
You forgot, didn't you?
Partners in crime, or in whatever. But yeah, I looked up the other day. I saw a column I wrote.
What'd you look up?
I saw a column I wrote like in 2018
Okay.
saying that this show was going to start up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it was 2018, I believe, is
So it's
when
been
we first
5
started.
years.
So, yeah,
Wow.
I know. And we're not canceled, and
Another 20 more and we'll be ESPN 29.
yeah.
It seems longer than that.
So
Yeah.
that's just a
That's
little.
longer than most of my marriages.
Wow. Okay.
A little levity in the crowd.
At least you can laugh
It's Friday
about it.
morning.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
I
can
should.
laugh about
Yeah,
it,
just
so.
ask my wallet.
But on a lighter side, no. So yeah, no. Nice. It's about this time of year too. I think it was in January,
Yeah, we were.
Or
yeah,
February.
I think you're right.
one of the two. So that was kind of fun to watch.
That's been fun, Gare.
I told Ron I had a voicemail on my phone at work and an email from Dave Herbst, who played on the 1973 state hockey champion. He wants to know if I can do a 50-year. It's 50 years
Wow.
since they won that tournament. So maybe next week, maybe I'll have to contact some of those guys
Yeah.
and
That'd be
do
interesting.
a story on it. And I hope they have a get together again. It's fun when they do that. So that's something a little extra that's going on. And unfortunately, the Hibbing Blue Jackets are not going to state.
Right.
They played Monday against Hermantown and
Lost in the last 15
the
seconds.
last 15 seconds and 3-2, if you haven't heard by now. And I'll tell you what.
A pressing question, though, and I told you I was going to bring this up before we had our
Well,
pre-meeting,
you did.
is why did they get the 4th seed when they had a better record than the Duluth team? And they tied during the year,
They
correct?
tied their game during the year. They
So-
had a better overall record.
Granted, they would end up having to play Hermantown in the final if they would have gotten past Duluth in the first game. or
Well, Rock Ridge,
in the
they would have
first
had
game.
to have played.
Yep.
Yeah, but they also, that seed put them against Proctor, the 4 and 5 seeds in the first round.
Right.
And Proctor's not that bad of a team.
Yep.
They could have, that game could have gone either way. Fortunately, Braden Boyer was outstanding.
Yep. And
We
then
got enough goals.
Proctor and Rock Ridge are going to Double A next
No,
year.
Duluth Denfeld
Duluth
and
Denfeld,
Rock
okay.
Ridge are going Double A next year.
Okay.
Where's
Hermantown?
Yeah, well, it's south here, southeast of us. That's where Hermantown is. But
Oh, they'll really get a good recruiting class this year.
well, I wanted to stay away from this and that, and I'm not going to. Hopefully, don't say anything that's going to incriminate me. But
That's why you got me here.
the voting, how they voted that way, I have no idea.
Yep.
I don't know what they did.
Oh, there's some skullduggery or whatever it is.
Skullduggery?
Skullduggery
Yeah.
involved in that.
Because there's no way, and the only reason, well, okay, if Hibbing had won their last 2 games of the season, they probably would have ended up
Right.
the 2nd seed. But they didn't. They still had a better record, just about the same record as Rock Ridge. Rock Ridge may have had maybe a game or 2 on them, I'm not sure. And just because they beat us that last game of the year shouldn't mean that we had no chance at the
Correct. At the
second
number-
seed.
second seed.
Because we beat them 1-0 in Hibbing,
Correct.
and they beat us 4-3 there. So we scored the same amount of goals.
Yep.
We almost had the same record. Their QRF number was just points high, not even a point. It was 1/10 of a point or whatever it was, or 100th of a point higher than us.
There's that QRF thing again.
Which, and again, that's what they should have went by. If they go by that, I can't believe Denfeld had a higher QRF, and I can look that up while we're doing the show here.
Yeah, no.
Certainly, but
Well, it's over and done with. Unfortunately, they got the 4th seed.
they did.
They played very well against Hermantown.
They have nothing, and I walked in their locker room after the game, and I yelled. I said, "You guys did a great job."
Yep.
And I don't usually do that,
Yeah.
but it was nice to see that they came out. I mean, Hermantown got that 2-0 lead, and
Right.
you thought, "Oh boy."
Here we go.
Yeah, and then A.J. Lehman scored in the last minute of the second period.
Yep.
And who was the other one? who got the second goal.
That was that breakaway, wasn't it?
Oh, Christian Dixon
Yep.
had, I think Broden Fawcett had the breakaway. He got hung on all over.
Yep.
I think they were supposedly going to call a delayed
They
penalty.
had a delay penalty. I had his
Okay.
hand up, so.
I did not see that part of it, but all I was watching was the puck, and then I saw Christian pick it up and put it in the back of the net, and I thought, game's on.
Yep. No, they played very well, and the other good sign is that it holds well for next year. They have a good squad of kids coming back. The Bantam had a great season this year, so maybe hockey's coming back in the good old town of Hibbing.
And I want to say, I know I'm not going to name the seniors because I'm going to miss one.
Right.
But I'm going to say congratulations to those 11 guys. You were a part of this turnaround after those, I think, 2 or 3 years where it was miserable.
Yeah.
I mean, it's too bad, and that's not on anybody. It just was.
Yep.
And but you are part of the team or part of the program that turned it around.
Yep.
And you did a great job. I know losing stinks, and it stings and all that stuff,
Yep.
but you have nothing to hang your heads about because you played one heck of a game against that team.
Yep. Well, again, hopefully things look good for next year. This will be a catalyst for them to build on, and the youth programs are doing very. The Pee Wees, Bantams, all were in tournaments at the end of the year. So let's hopefully they find a goalie that can.
Well, they have. I was
They got the
talking.
young
To,
goalie.
I was talking to one of them last night, Rex Wally.
Yep.
He's one of them, and then I think it's Tim Erdahl is the other one. I believe they're both juniors. I think. I'm not sure though. They might be sophomores. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But we were talking about it, and I said you guys will probably rotate. I would imagine next year. But Rex himself, against Hermantown in the regular season, had 60 stops
Wow.
and gave up 3 goals
Wow.
against their JV team.
Yeah.
And then Erdahl had some decent games as well. So I don't think if they can play up to the level that Braden Boyer played,
They'll be all right.
we're going to be all right in the nets. And I got asked the question last night by our trainer, or by the team's trainer, about how do you think this game on Monday affects the rest of the program now when those younger kids see that, what they could possibly have done. And I guess that might be a decent story to maybe kind of think about doing. But, I hope it helps.
Well, like we've said, or I've said, over the 5 years we've been here, just takes one class. And if you get a group of young individuals, 4, 5, 6 guys that help turn a program around, it's just going to make things better for the ones coming up behind them. So let's hope they can continue on with it, and hats off to the coaching staff.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And I'll tell you what, though, this isn't Hermantown fan line, but if Hermantown was beatable, it was this year.
Yep.
I
heard their recruiting was really down this year.
Well, I don't know about that part of it, but but you know what? Like I've told people, first off, they were missing Zama and Max Plant
Yep.
because they moved. I guess their dad got a job in Chicago with the Blackhawks, so they moved them down.
Oh, gee, you think you'll be playing for the Blackhawks?
Well,
soon?
you never know. I mean, and they're 2 good kids. And I talked to one of them at tennis last spring, who played for Hermantown Tennis, and they're all good kids, but they're good hockey players. So if they stay, I don't know if anybody again touches them.
Yeah.
But but Rock Ridge gave them a game the other night too.
Yep.
I mean, they got scared. But I talked to Andrews after the Hibbing game, and I said, "What was it like to be pushed?" And he goes, "Well, I got to give Hibbing all the credit in the world. They came out and they played tough, and if it wasn't for that I think it's a third line center,
Yep.
scored 2
Scored
goals,
2 goals. Yep.
and he scored the other night against Rock Ridge. He goes, we would have been sitting at home.
Yep.
So, but again, it's plug and play with them.
Yep. Well,
It doesn't matter who they're missing.
now the only other thing, we'll get off the high school hockey here in a little bit. The only other thing that bothers me, and you don't want to see any team lose, but too bad Duluth East, is to have a city, northern suburb city represent northern Minnesota. It just with Andover beating Duluth East last night.
Yeah, and again, that's too bad. But again, with you, we mentioned the two teams moving up to Double A next year. I don't know who's dropping out, but they're not doing themselves any favors when you got to go up and play Duluth East,
Yep.
which is getting better.
Yep.
They had been down for a bit, but it looks like they're starting to build their program back up. You still have Grand Rapids.
Correct.
It's going to be tough, and then you have Andover if they don't happen to move out of the section, because I know Cloquet dropped down to single A,
Okay.
so now you're missing a team there. So I don't, you got two up there, so you only really have added one team
Right.
up there. So I don't think that section's going to change much. And Rock Ridge is doing it because they want to draw people there. So what does that tell you?
Well, that means they learned how to recruit like Hermantown did.
That's it. There you go.
And you got a beautiful school over there that it's quite a draw if you want to impress a 17, 18-year-old kid to come play for your program. I mean, it's tough.
But they're also losing a bunch of seniors.
Yep.
So I don't know how their under programs are. So we'll see.
And I take that.
Good luck to them.
I take that back a little bit too. Yes, they have a great facility in Virginia, but so does Hibbing. I think the Memorial Building is probably one of the best hockey facilities that you can have up in northern Minnesota, and we got a great school. So
But I've always said, I saw that weight room picture, and we got to have a weight room.
Oh, yeah.
We got to have a state-of-the-art weight room and a state-of-the-art facility.
well, they could always come over to our sponsor. That
Our new sponsor now.
oh, speaking of that, we have our unofficial, official Caribou Coffee sponsor. What do we have today?
Turtle Mocha.
Okay, Turtle Mocha.
Goes down slow.
I mean, it's a
But what, Lux Fitness
Lux Fitness, yes.
is
One of our
new
sponsors. That'll be,
sponsor.
Fitness at the Lux.
yeah, Premier Fitness at the
Oh,
Lux.
Premier.
So,
Okay, sorry, I got that wrong.
we'll,
And then our another official, unofficial,
Yep.
up North
up North
Lettering.
Lettering, if you don't like it.
I'll let you say it because I have too much respect for your son
Yes.
running that business.
Yes, so up North Lettering, 109 East Howard.
Yep, did a nice
Up and
job.
running after 2 years. It's been a struggle, but things are coming around, so that's good. Letter jackets, the whole works.
Good. I
So,
hope it does.
Yep.
And I don't know. We were talking though about that. Why kids aren't wearing letter jackets anymore? And
Yeah,
it's
it's-
just too expensive, or
it's expensive to have a letter jacket, and I think this it's not a stigma. It's the pride you. It just maybe it's not there right now. I don't know. Going back 50 years, that's one thing you work for with that letter jacket.
I could hardly wait to get one.
Yeah.
I'm lucky I did get one.
Yeah,
Wasn't the best athlete in the world,
Yeah.
so.
But and the cost deal, and right now up North Lettering is we are the only one in the area that makes our own chenille, which is the H and all that kind of stuff. So some of the parents are doing what they call a shadow box, where they come and get all the lettering, but then they put it in a shadow box instead. But by the time you're done doing that, you could have had a jacket too. So.
Yeah. So hey, get the jackets and wear them because it's a pride thing, and you should be proud that you're an athlete in Hibbing.
Correct.
That's right. All right. Well, now I guess we have some state tournaments going on.
Right.
And swimming, the diving preliminaries started Thursday. Tyler Fossil finished out of the top 16 last year. This year, after the first two rounds, he was 11th.
Wow.
So he's advanced to the finals on Saturday. But Cole Hughes, unfortunately, he missed by 2 spots, I think, finishing 18th. But congratulations to Cole. He was not in the state tournament after 10 dives on Saturday, and he hit his inward somersault or whatever.
Okay.
Scored 39 points on it, needed 29, and he ended up getting the 4th place spot, so he
Nice.
got in. So congratulations to him for coming through in the clutch. And I know he's probably disappointed that he didn't make it into the finals, but hey, you still did yourself proud.
Yeah.
So feel good about the fact that you made it 2 years in a row. And
I had the opportunity. I ran into Coach Vinciano the other night. Well, actually, it was Sunday night, and we were talking about the swimming program and the tournament and the meets, and he mentioned, I can't remember the young man's name, but he just started swimming last year, and he finished in the top 10 this year. And Coach Ringiano said that's probably one of the most gratifying achievements that he has as a coach, to see that young man do what he did. And we've talked about how Coach Ringiano, towards the end of the year, always gets the best out of his athletes. So, but he was very proud of that young man that was able to do that, and very proud of his team. I think they did,
Oh, they did a great job. I mean, they were. Had you seeded the meet out of the psych sheets before the prelims, Hibbing was 4th.
okay.
After the prelims, they moved up to 3rd with the times that they
Right.
got in the places. And then after Saturday, they moved up to 2nd, ahead of Rock Ridge and Mesabi East. And I mean, you can't ask for more than
No.
that. Rapids had too much depth,
Yeah.
so they were going to win the meet. But he's probably one of the best swimming coaches around up here in the Northland, I would say.
He's been there as an assistant and head coach
Well,
30-some years, maybe? or
yeah,
more?
combined between the boys and girls, he's been over 50.
50 years, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So.
He only looks like he's 39.
Yeah. Yeah. He never ages.
Yeah. Maybe we should get him on someday. We'll invite him to come on and talk a little bit about the program.
Sure. And then swimming prelims started today. Hibbing has a very good chance of scoring some points down there because the 200 free relay was seeded 4th. So if they can hold that, maybe they can move up to 3rd, maybe 2nd. I don't know. Medley relay was like 11th or something, so they got to hold on to that. Ben Phillips was in both the 50 free and the 100 butterfly, and he's in the top 16 in both. I think he's even in the top 8 in the butterfly. Matthew Phillips was unfortunately, and he had a smile. He smiled about it when he said he was last in the IM. But hey, he's only like a sophomore.
Right.
So it's like very good for you to get
Just
there
to get there.
and swim. And he says the IM is going to probably be his event, so he's going to focus on that. But he's also on 2 of the relays, I think.
I am his individual medley.
Yeah, so they do all
Hey.
the strokes. So
It pays. I did my studying.
yeah, there you go. So we do some research on this show.
I sure do. I do.
Paquette, Luke Paquette is, I believe, is in the 50 freestyle, and he might be in the top 16. Not sure, but he and Ben Rippenden are both in the 100 breaststroke, and I think their seeds right now are in the 20s.
Oh.
So they'll have some work to do to get back in, but
You never know.
yeah, you never know. If somebody has a bad day and you have a good day, you can move up.
Kind of like our show.
Yeah, we always have bad days here. But both of those guys are in the relays too, so that's why they're so good. And Wiley Stenson has the swimming blood in him with William and Geely, William won a state title in the butterfly, I believe, a couple years ago. And Geely didn't win a state title, but she's placed high at state.
Yep.
So he swims in the medley relay doing the backstroke. So, I hope he starts them out. They start at noon today. He's got the first swim.
Yep.
So
Good.
hopefully he gets a good time, and the rest of them fly, and they get do some damage down there.
Well, we wish the best of success to all of them. So,
And then the wrestlers.
you think they'd have a meet that you and I could join? That who's the fastest and fastest to reach the bottom of the pool?
No, but they probably could see which one of us can sit in a chair and get up quicker.
Well, there's no way they'd want to see us in one of those swimsuits either.
I don't think I'd hit the bottom because I can swim a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'd
I'd be the
probably
guy.
win.
I'd be the guy they'd be looking through the window down underneath as I go down.
As your bubbles are coming
Yeah.
out and your eyes are rolling in the back of your head.
Is that bubbles come out the back? Oh, never mind.
No. They'd probably be coming out that end too.
Okay, wrestling.
3 guys, Ian Larrabee, Bryson Larrabee, and Thomas Hagan. They start today. They're the more upper weights, so I mean, action started at 9 today a.m. and they probably don't wrestle maybe till between 10 and 12 or something. But there are 8 mats down there, and they probably go pretty quick.
Right.
So, but good luck to them. I hope each of them advances out of their first match and gets deep into the tournament.
Correct.
So that's
Good.
good for them. So good luck.
Basketball.
Girls basketball, they're in the semifinals tonight against Grand Rapids, the number 1 seed.
We have to mention that we're doing this show on a Friday now.
Yes, this is
our
a
usual
Friday we're
Thursday
doing the show. 'Cause
March
3rd.
3rd.
Yes. So they hopefully, if they play as well as the hockey team,
You never know.
you never know. But they have to play as a team, and they're a lot better when they do that
Yeah.
because there's talent on the team. They just have to make sure they use it the right way.
Good. Well, let's hope that Coach Hansen and his crew do a good job.
Mm-hmm.
A layman's job, is that how they say it?
Yeoman.
A yeoman's job.
Yeoman's
Yeah.
job.
Oh, that's right. We got to fit in with the anchor theme. Yeoman.
Yeoman.
Yep.
A good one.
Yeah. Lucky we got him over there.
Yeah.
Some days.
My disembodied voice.
Yes.
But boys basketball finished their regular season last night against Bemidji at the arena. They had a great opportunity for those kids to play in that building.
That's a fun. It's a nice place to watch a game. It's fun. I had an opportunity to play on that floor a couple of times when we had the Minnesota Vikings come up, and I hit Mr. Dixon hit me that one time, put me up in the 3rd row. But it's a nice floor, and the big stigma was it's hard to play there because there's no background behind the backboards.
Well, the depth perception, yes,
Yeah.
but it's a 10-foot
Aren't you supposed
basket.
to aim for the front of the rim though?
Yeah.
Okay. Just want to make sure I was clear on that.
Technically.
Yeah.
No, I asked a couple of the kids last night after the game about that, and they said it's different, but you got to just adjust to it.
But it's different for everybody.
Yeah. Oh, heck yeah.
Yep.
So it's not like it's a home court advantage.
No.
Even for Hibbing, it's not.
Nope.
But they also are hosting now the Section 7 Class A girls tournament starting Saturday at 11 o'clock, I believe, somewhere around there. And so there'll be 4 games tomorrow.
Yep.
Then I think 2 games Tuesday and 1 game on Thursday.
And are the boys playing there too, or just the girls?
Right now, I think it's just the girls.
Okay.
7th and 8th grade tonight.
7th and 8th grade play there tonight.
Yeah, they play there tonight, and I think Tom said he's got some elementary games in there coming up, so they're going to get some decent use out of the floor. And
6 o'clock and 7 o'clock.
6 o'clock and 7 o'clock. So if you got something to do, go out, have a nice dinner, and head over to the Memorial Building and watch some good basketball.
yeah, some 7th and 8th graders.
7th and 8th graders. Hey, we could probably play with those
Oh,
guys.
we might be able to.
But you aren't going to beat those 8th graders.
It wouldn't be much fun to be knocked around by a, what is he, 7th grade? 8th grade.
8th grade.
I'm
grade.
not gonna.
Young individual,
You know what?
young man.
Our disembodied voice might be right, but I'm not falling for that one because
Okay.
I am older and fatter and stronger to move.
Yeah, but I've seen you
So-
play in men's league. We're like what was that, Adam Sandler movie, and they faked the injuries? I've had enough. Let's fake an injury.
Grown-ups. Yeah. Oh, I tore my hamstring. So, yeah, I don't know. See, I'd be afraid I'd hurt a 7th or 8th grader.
Well, that's true. But most of them are bigger than that.
Well,
So.
probably now, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the way it goes right now.
So anything else at the high school or the college?
No, college is done.
Okay.
High school's starting to wrap things up.
And pretty soon it'll be baseball.
And, well, I think that as far as boys basketball playoffs go, I do believe they are going to travel down to Denfeld and play them in the first round.
Okay.
As the 6th seed, they'll play the 3rd seed and then go from there.
Yeah. All right. Well, best of luck to all the tournament-bound individuals and teams.
So now,
What do we got? Wilder winning.
Wild winning. They keep winning. Evidently, we put Micheletti on and
They win with
they
defense.
start winning. Yes. So maybe we got to have that more often
Yeah.
with him on the show.
And they're what, 2 out of first place now?
But they did
3 out of first
Yeah.
place.
No, I don't know. They were only 1 point behind as of this morning.
3 out.
Three out.
But,
3 points out.
They did make a couple trades so far. They did get Marcus Johansson, and they picked up Gustav Nyquist.
Gustav. Who's hurt?
Who's hurt. He's got a bad shoulder.
Yeah.
So who knows when he's going to play. But I know Johansson was with the team a couple of years ago, and I didn't think he was that great anyway. But he did have an injury. He did break a leg, I guess, and didn't have the greatest ending to his Wild career.
Right.
So we'll see what happens. He did play last night, however.
Yeah.
So,
Well, he had 13 goals for the Washington, so
Well.
he knows how to put the puck in the net.
yeah, but 13 goals in 60 games.
I got a
don't know,
kick at
that's-
watching the game last night. Who's their big enforcer now?
Reeves.
Reeves. I mean, had his jockstrap handed to him by a guy. And about 2 seconds later, that guy was wearing the jockstrap. Boy, he's something else.
Well, he got got in the fight early against the Islanders, and then he scored a goal,
Yeah.
a tying goal
Yep.
in the first period. Hey, guys like that, you need them.
Well, they do, especially when you got a small team like the Wild are. There's no big guys on that team, and Kaprizov is on a pace to what, 50?
50 goals. He had what does he have, 39 right now,
Yeah.
I believe. And now he's doing what I expect him to do.
Well, he must have heard us.
But look at, I mean, Sid, what's his name?
You were going to say Sid Hartman, weren't you?
Yeah, Sid Hartman. Connor McDavid has multiple goal games, five straight games.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying he's on his level, but he's close.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that he should be able to do.
Yeah. Well, we wish that, again, hopefully they don't fall apart here and become the Minnesota tradition where you make the playoffs and then fall flat on your
Mediocrity,
face.
because we settle for mediocrity in
Right.
this state. And
So,
Timberwolves are 32-32, I believe.
Yep.
They play the Lakers tonight, minus LeBron James, and who knows minus who else.
what's that?
8th place.
They're in 8th place.
Yeah, they're in eighth.
Yeah, but there's only like
Well-
one game separating.
Yeah, I mean, so they're probably
Top to
one
bottom.
game out of fifth.
Yeah.
So
Same with the hockey. They're what, within 8?
Well, now they're like 8 clear of Calgary for not even making it.
Okay.
But they have Calgary coming up a couple
Right.
times, so they can pretty much do themselves their own favor by beating Calgary twice.
That's too bad LeBron's not playing.
Yeah, and I don't know if D'Lo's going to play,
It
and
makes me feel unhappy.
so I have no idea. We'll see tonight. But LeBron is out, and the Lakers are probably done. So if he doesn't play again this whole year,
Question for you. Not much is said about it. Gopher basketball. They're atrocious. I mean,
Oh.
they're the worst team in the Big Ten. Is it time for a new coach? He's
Well,
only been there 2 years.
2 years. Well, if we get quickly, we can.
What next week we'll talk
Isaac
about.
Osama made his choice last night. He is going to go to the Gophers.
Good.
He did it I don't know if he did it at halftime or after their game with Rock Ridge. He had 4 hats on the table
Oh.
and
Did they win?
picked the Gophers. I don't know. I haven't heard.
Oh, okay.
And then Lindsey Whalen has resigned and
Resigned as
stepped
coach,
down as
yeah.
women's coach at the Gophers. And that's too bad.
Yeah.
I mean, you would have thought that with her there, she could have brought in some.
Yeah.
But when you lose the Beckers girl to UConn and all that, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it's a sad state of affairs for the University of Minnesota basketball. It's hopefully football does better.
And hockey's doing
hockey.
great, so hopefully, like
Number
Pat
one in the
said,
nation.
they win it.
Yep.
Well, that comes to an end of another show. For Mike Egan, I'm Gary Gimbetti. We'll see you again next week on Home Team Advantage.
Hibbing Public Access Television would like to thank U.S. Bank for providing us with studio space.